Happy spring! How are we doing? How are we feeling with this change of seasons? I know there's still a little bit until it's officially spring, and I'm currently filming this at the start of March, so it's not until like 2 weeks until it's officially spring, but I'm feeling it. About 2 weeks ago, I noticed that the sun was coming in my room differently, and that made me so emotional, but like in a good way, because I was just so happy. I love spring, so I'm really happy that spring is coming. I have a lot of good memories associated with spring and summer. I can't even say that I had a dark winter because there's no winter here in Puerto Rico, but the weather's different. It's warmer and the sun is out and the skies are blue, and it makes me so happy. This video is inspired by that shifting of seasons, shifting of mood, and I wanted to come to the season with some good vibes. We spent the morning together. This is what my mornings usually look like. It's just very important for me to have slow mornings. It's where I can calmly start my day. I hate being rushed in the morning, so I took some time making my coffee. I've been very into putting on a spring playlist first thing in the morning. Just a playlist where I have some very dreamy like tracks. They make me dance, they put me in a good mood, they make me sing along, and I feel like those vibes are so good to bring into a new day. I'll put that playlist in the description for you guys if you're interested. I just have a lot of like Faye Webster, I have some Brazilian samba, I have Bad Bunny's Un Verano Sin Ti album in there. I have the Marias in there as well. I love the Marias. So if you're into that type of music, then you can go give it a listen. Then I read for a good 40 minutes in the morning. You guys already know that I love reading, and reading is such a big part of me. Reading also allows me to slow down, so it's very important for me. So this morning I was reading Her Body and Other Parties by Carmen Maria Machado. This is a short story collection that focuses on women, sexuality, queerness. It also crosses over genres. There's some horror in this, there's some slight science fiction, there is some comedy, and I don't know, it's just very good. I'm enjoying it so far. To make this morning routine a little more extra special, I am gonna go ahead and journal. I don't usually journal in the mornings. It's mostly like a night type of thing for me. Part of the reason why I want to journal with you guys is because a little bit ago, when I first noticed that the sun was coming differently in my room, I was feeling like spring, I got out of bed and I journaled about that. I journaled how I was feeling at that moment, how happy I was, and what spring means to me. I also created a little spring bucket list. I put a playlist and some things I'm excited for this spring season, and honestly, that was such a good journaling session. I was just sitting on the floor, I had some music on, so I want to recreate that journaling session with you guys. So today I want to journal about my perfect spring day. Like if I had the entire day stretched out for just myself and me only, what will I do? I really want to go into detail and write about how's the weather like, how am I feeling, what am I wearing even, where am I going, what am I reading, what am I eating. We are gonna journal about that, and then we're gonna go out and do everything that I write about. I thought that would be really fun for this video. So
with branches low like spiral stairs, we climbed into her maiden hair. space. The wheels went up and got so near. The leaves would fall like paper tears. Estava a viver, caminhando na vida, sempre chorando por uma nova ferida. Mas como até que de um mato nasce uma flor, muitas vezes é da dor que vem o amor. Eu que pensava que era um engano, olho seus olhos de luz e vejo um anjo. Esqueci dos tropeços, esqueci das caídas, em noites perdidas vou encontrar o meu lar. Foi do seu sorriso.
That was my perfect spring day. To recap, I spent the entire day outside. I literally can't stand being in my house once the sun is out, which is really bad because I end up spending quite a bit of money. In the morning, I went to BC Bagels because they have the cutest outdoor patio ever, and I know that I will be spending quite a lot of time in that cafe patio during this entire spring season. In the journal spread that I created with you guys, I wrote about how I wanted to spend more time in nature because it brings me so much peace, and the cafe was just a little paradise in the middle of the city. And then after, I went to Villa San Juan for a late lunch at Cafe Galeta. This is a place I've been wanting to go for a while, but I had never been able to go until yesterday, and it was such a vibe. I just sat outside with a glass of Tinto del Verano. I was reading, I was people watching. It was amazing. It was a great time. And Villa San Juan was absolutely gorgeous, just gorgeous. Villa San Juan was just absolutely blooming with flowers everywhere, and it was so dreamy. It felt like Villa San Juan was showing off a little bit. So yeah, it was really nice to have that time for myself and that I was able to share with you guys. Now I want to talk about some books, because when am I not talking about books in this channel? But I really wanted to share with you guys my spring TBR. These are books that not necessarily have to do anything with spring, but just books that I'm gravitating towards. So these are some of the books that I'm gonna read this spring season. I'll go through them very quickly. So the first book is Vacuum in the Dark by Jen Began. I put this in here because I read Jen Began last year. I read Big Swiss in January of 2023, and then I think I read Pretend I'm Dead either March or February of 2023. I don't forgot when, but I have this vivid memory of reading Pretend I'm Dead in an outdoor cafe. So I want to bring those vibes again. Jen Began for me is a spring author now, so I don't know much about this one. All I know is that this is a prequel to Pretend I'm Dead. The only thing I remember about Pretend I'm Dead is that we follow this protagonist, this young girl who is a housekeeper in the wealthier part of her city. She had a drug addict boyfriend who she nicknamed Mr. Disgusting. And then I think she went to New Mexico or something and escaped her old life and tried to make something new out of herself there. But I know that I like Jen Began's voice, so I'm excited to get into this one. Next, I want to read Autobiography of Red by Anne Carson. I'm so nervous about this one because I have a feeling that this is gonna be a 5-star read for me, and I'm nervous because when I put such high expectations on books, I usually end up falling short of it. This is a book that combines novel, prose, and poetry. Also a coming of age story, Greek retelling type thing. Also want to go ahead and read Mary Oliver's West Wind. I know that Mary Oliver is a very loved poet and she writes a lot about nature poetry, so I feel like spring is the perfect season to read Mary Oliver. We'll see how this goes, because I am not very good at reading poetry. I haven't really read any poetry besides like required reading in high school. Then I want to read Euphoria by Lily King. I read Writers and Lovers by her last year and absolutely adored it. I know this one is quite different than Writers and Lovers, but I feel like it's Lily King. I feel like I like it anyways. I'm gonna be reading this one with a friend, and we'll see if we actually get our shit together and start it, because we've been saying that we're gonna read this since December, which is when I got this book. So I also want to read 7 Empty Houses by Samantha Schweblin. This is the last book I own by Samantha Schweblin that I haven't read yet, short story collection. Then I want to read Transit by Rachel Cusk. I've read Outline by her last year. Rachel Cusk is a summer author for me, so we'll see how this goes. I really have no idea what this is about. The last book I want to read this spring season is Choco's Smile. This is another short story collection. This book, I've had it on my TBR for ages and ages and ages. I don't know, I feel like I'm back on my short story collection era after it being dormant for an entire year. I know that these short story collections have to do with women living in South Korea. That is my entire spring TBR, and that is it for this video. I honestly had a lot of fun filming this video. Hope I was able to capture how peaceful it was and how beautiful the day was. I'm never in the habit of saying this, but if you guys did like this video, make sure to subscribe. I'm trying to hit my next milestone, which is 400 subscribers soon. If you're passing through, hope you guys stick around. If you're a returning viewer, hi again. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.